those who are appearing in either CAPF 2024 interview or in 2025 written examination. This is for them. You should know about marks of top 10 candidates. This is for motivation. Those who are aspiring to have good rank, to get good ranks, they should see every time top 10 candidates. It is a great pride to be in top 10, to be in single digit. One thing you will see in recent time, for example, from 2021, marks has increased, particularly for 21 year 21 and 22. We have seen significant jump in marks in aggregate for every candidates. In 21, you have seen vacancy was just 171. And in 22 also, vacancy was initially 253, but it was reduced to 233. So here also cutoff was higher. And from 21, you see in interview marks has reduced, increased significantly. Interview marks has increased significantly in 2020, 2019, 2018, etc. Maximum marks was 113. Here maximum is 120. Here maximum is 130. And here maximum is 126 in interview. So in recent years, significant number of, particularly in 23, so many candidates got 120 marks. And in this year, no one was getting 120. But in 23, at least 30 candidates, those who get final selection, got 120 or 120 plus. There are some candidates who even got 120 or 120 plus. Unfortunately, they could not make. Reason is they were having lesser marks in written part. So here you will see from 2017 to 2023 marks of top 10 candidates. I have taken paper 1 marks, paper 2 marks, written combined, interview and final. Okay, so next slide you will see. Okay, so starting from, let us take latest 2023 marks. If you see, one thing you will observe in common, in general, every candidate is getting in 2 component very good marks. In 1 component, out of 3 components, you are having marks in 3 component. In 1 component, you are having 150. In 1 component, 200. And in 1 component, 250. Okay, so 250, 200 and 150. Total 600. So you should have in 2 components good marks. Let us take here in first rank. If you will see, then 379, here exceptionally high, 404, 388, 391, 367, 357, 385. Okay, so all first ranker, if you will see in every year, what you are observing common, in 2 components very good marks they are having. In fact, in this year, let us take this candidate is having good marks in every component. In every component, 100 plus. Obviously, in paper 1, significant number is there, 165. Here you see every component good marks. You see every component good marks. In interview, very good. But you see here from these 2 candidates, he got more marks in interview, but in paper 1 he is having lesser, in paper 2 having lesser. See this candidate, for example, rank 7, interview, in 10 candidates, only this candidate got marks less than 100, and that 100 very less marks. If you see highest marks 126 and it is 80, means okay, so 46 marks less than that. But all other candidates you see more than 100, means even 108, 105, 120, 115, 111, 120, 113, 120, means all candidates except this one got 70% plus marks. Okay, Here you see, for example, this candidate 4th and 5th rank. Okay, so 4th and 5th rank, these both got marks in paper 2, lesser marks. Lesser marks, you can say. Obviously, it is not bad, but less. For top 10, everyone is expected to have 100 plus. This is expectation, I say. But this thing unique you will see here, so many candidates in paper 2 are getting lesser marks than 100. Let us take 88, 88, 93, 96, 83, 78. This is having lowest 89. But in paper 1, only 2%, this one and this one, got less than 150 marks. But those who got less than 150 in interview, you see, okay, marks 120. Okay, both candidates who got marks less than in paper 1, they got marks highest in, means one of the in out of it is highest. Okay, so this candidate he got lowest in paper 2, then highest in interview out of this. Okay, so that you have to see key, at least in 2 components you should have good enough. Okay, every candidate you observe this thing, in 2 components you should have very good marks. Let us take now 22. Okay, so first ranker, obviously in every component more than 100. Second ranker in 2 components, very good, means excellent. You interview, this is the highest score. Okay, this is the highest of interview. See, third rank in every component 100 plus is there. 122, one of the highest. Okay, this candidate 123 interview, best. Okay, one of the best. And paper 1 also best, just in paper 2 less than 100. Okay, this candidate also got less than 100 in paper 2. Then all 5th, good in every component. 6th rank, good in every component. 7th rank, good in, very good in 2 components, but little lesser as per top 10. It is lesser marks, but 2 components very good. Here, 1 component very good, means out of top 10, he is having second highest marks in paper 1. Highest is 183. Okay, here in top 10. Okay, so 2 components very good. Here also 2 components very good, interview and paper 1, but in paper 2 it is having little lesser. Then this rank, these 2 component very good, but comparison to other candidates, he is having little lesser in paper 1. This candidate is having highest in top 10, highest marks in paper 1. Interview good enough, but paper 2 little lesser. Okay, so for top 10, always keep target. In paper 2, I should have 100 plus. Obviously, for 24 batch, you cannot change. You are not having option, but 25, those who are appearing in 2025, you are having good option. Then it is in 21. 21, first ranker. In this component, very good. This component is good enough. Here, it is missing some marks. Okay, this candidate, paper 1, very good. In fact, all candidates here, all top 10 candidates are more than 150. Okay, so this year every candidate, no one is less than 150. Here, for example, you see less than 150, less than 150. Here you find at least okay, less than 150. But in this year 21, since this year vacancy was lower, cutoff was higher, no candidate is less than 150. So paper 1, everyone is having, means you can say he is having lowest in paper 1 out of top 10, but he is having good, very good in paper 2 and also very good in personality test. So second rank in 2 components, very good. And in also, this is just close to 100. Here, this third rank, 2 components, very good. In interview, in comparison to that, little lesser. Here, these 2 components, very good, but in third component, little lesser. Here, this component, paper 1, paper personality test, very good, but here, little lesser. This candidate, in everyone, good enough. Okay, this candidate, this component is having high, but in this both component, you can say average plus. This candidate here, you can say in that comparison is lesser, but in these 2 components, very good. Then this person is in this component, not so good, but in this both components, very good. Here, in this component, very good, but here in both component, little lesser. Okay. So exceptional candidates are there, those who are performing in only one component very good, but maximum are doing very good in 2 components. Here in 2020, first ranker, very good in all components. See, here you will see decline in paper 1 marks. Since in this year, in paper 1, this is the highest score. All year you are seeing, let us take 185. Here, for example, you also see 173, 183, but in this component, 161 was highest score. Okay, so marks was lesser. So that's why you see so many candidates less than 150. Okay, this candidate, this is just close. This is this one. This is just 134. Okay, but you see here in paper 2, it is highest. Okay, 122, and it is also good enough. In this year, obviously marks was highest marks in interview was 113. So this candidate got highest. So in this year, if 113 is there, 100 plus any marks is good enough, you can say. So here this component not so good, you can say, but this component very good. This component good enough. Here good enough in both component, but here not so good enough. Okay, here in all 3 components good enough. This candidate in 2 component good enough, but paper 1 little more required. Then here this component is comparison to, means in comparison 2020, what is the marks? It is very good, and this require little more. Here in all component you can say good enough. This candidate both in paper 1 lesser marks, but both these components good enough. In fact, here it is best. This candidate, you can say here average. Here it is very good. This candidate in these components, 2 components, very good, and here lesser marks. Then 2019, okay, first ranker, in here it is lesser. It's very, if comparison to as a first ranker, it is very bad, you can say, but in this component very good, because it is highest and highest the person got. This candidate very good, interview very good, you can say, but little more required. Here these components very good, here it requires more. You can say these components good enough, this component lesser. Here it is lesser, very less, you can say, but these 2 components very good, it is highest marks. Okay, paper 2. This candidate average plus all, yeah, good enough in every component. Here in these components very good, but this is lesser. This candidate, you can say both component good enough, it is more required. Here you can say yes, these components are good enough, here it requires more. Then the person did excellent in this component, but both require little more. Then in 2018, paper 1 personality test, good enough, and this paper 2 is little lesser. So you can observe every candidate you see in generally either you are doing in two components very good. Actually in these years here actually no, in this year cutoff was very low. Okay, so for example if you see 22 highest marks is 404, here just 357, and you see here it is top 10th rank, or everyone is except for example this one, or you can see if remove, then these are very lesser marks now. In 23 if you will see, then 23 or 22 or 21 marks is in fact see here in 21 is everyone is having very good marks. Here, the third ranker is 370, ninth ranker is 372, eighth ranker is 376. Here, since cutoff was very low, in fact, in this year, main list 345, and here 282. General candidate, I am saying. So there is much difference. Okay, 60 plus marks difference was there. 2017 was also having lesser number of vacancy, so cutoff was higher. So this candidate performed equally well in all components, equally well in all components, equally well. You can say this is very good, but little more required, but good enough. Okay, this candidate in these two components good enough, but here not so good. This candidate in these two components good enough, here not so good. This candidate in two components good enough, here not so good. You can say here it is very good, but you can say average plus. Here in two components good enough, here little more required, here good, very good, average plus, lesser. Okay, so you have to see every candidate. For every candidate you must be in a condition. If you want, I should be in top 10, top 20, at least for 25, those who are in 2025, those who are preparing for 2025, make sure you should have A's in written part, and you have to balance every component. For 2024, you are having just interview remaining, but interview can change a lot every year. For example, see here 120 and someone is having 80. Here you can say 123, someone is having 99. So you can see much difference. Here you can see highest is 115, 115. Okay, then lowest is 93. So difference is 22 marks. Here difference is 24 marks. Here difference is okay 40 marks. This year you see highest is 113 and lowest is 87. So 26 marks. You see here highest is 113, 113. Okay, and lowest is 88, 25 marks difference. Highest this year, highest I think 113, also here also 113, but in these candidates highest is 107 and lowest is 90, means difference of 17. Okay, you see here highest is 105 and lowest is 84, means difference is 21. See here in top 10 itself, this year difference is 21 marks, this year 17 marks, this year 25 marks, this year 26 marks. This year, 22 marks. This year, 24 marks. Okay. This year, 40 marks. This is the exception. Okay. This year is, you can say, exception. But every year, you see more than 20 marks, 24, 22, 26. I'm considering in top 10 candidates. So in interview marks, this is the lowest difference, 17, but still 17 makes a lot of difference. So don't think in top 10, everyone is doing in every component good enough. No, some candidates are doing in one component excellent. Some candidates are doing in two components excellent. In third component, sometimes pathetic also, but sometimes not so good, you can say. So take motivation from these marks. Obviously, these all things are part of your journey. You should learn, you should get motivation. I have to do better. If you are having any questions, query, doubt, you can ask, you can message me, you can drop your comment in the comment box. And in whichever condition you are, either you are preparing for 2024 interview or 2025 written examination, give good time to your component. Wherever you are having weak link, try to strengthen them and do aggregate better. Okay, thank you.